everybody. We are back with our Friday review, one of the most fun shows I enjoy recording during the week. I love recording every single show each day for different reasons, but the Friday review is always a lot of fun because I get to give you a little breakdown as to what's going on behind the scenes, a little look back as to shows we've shown and recorded over this week, and then also I get to bring you at least one product review or a book review that I love each and every week, and then typically research. This week we're going to be combining the research with a review that one of our HPHs, our high performance health people, asked about. So let's dive right into the show. Just a couple quick updates. Today's show is debuting the first week of August. So for me, this is moving right through, as I always say, the biggest and best parts of the summer. Just a couple things that I like to share with you is that I always look at life as the seasons itself. And so I like to move through not only okay, at this time of my life, I have two young daughters. They always come first. What happens when they're off at college? Okay, well, that'll be a different season of my life, a different phase of my life. And I have to look at it that way. But for me, and always growing up in Boston and the New England area, it's like summer is its own little special time of the year. It's so short. It's literally like July and August. You can count it as June, but June this year was rainy and in the 60s. I don't know if that's summertime to you, but it doesn't really feel like it all that much to me. And so what you do is you kind of look at these 2 months of the year as these, special months to be able to do certain things that you can look back on and can have really nice memories for. So a few things that I always love to do is teach my daughters about nature, about the world around us. And a few of the things that we love to do is being able to go out into nature, do some trail hikes. This year, they've done a ton of kayaking, which is great. Obviously, physical fitness for them, coordination, left, right sides of the body, strengthening their body, which is amazing. They got to do tennis, which they've never done for the first time. They're getting into that. But with me directly, it's going out into nature. And for me, also getting to brush up on my, herbology or my botany or my, being able to share with them hey, let's look at what is this? If I don't know what it is, there's a little app called, not Plant Finder, Identify This, I believe it's called. Let me look it up for you right now because it's a great app. It's completely free. They have a paid version of it, but it's called Picture This. And then there's another one called Picture Insect, which are both great. So if you see something in nature and you're like, hey, what is this plant? Is it poisonous, not poisonous? And again, I wouldn't just go by the app itself, but you can begin to identify these things and show your children and yourself as well a deeper appreciation of nature around us. So just wanted to share that with you. For me, it's always about getting into nature, getting out there, breathing fresh air, trying to balance all the screen time that we always have, each and every one of us, with actually being out there. And I was talking about this next week, I'm actually going to be chatting about it, is getting to see the sunrise, getting to see the sunset. Seeing these things are not only beautiful, right, for the human mind, but what they do is they stimulate energy hormones in the body, norepinephrine and cortisol, and at night, they decrease the stress hormones and they increase the sleep hormone, melatonin. So again, can't recommend enough getting into nature, enjoying each of the seasons we're in, and appreciating the one that you're in your life right now as well. All right, this week inside of the functional medicine practice, we just closed our July round of integrative health practitioners. So those people looking to become a certified health coach, which I believe there should be a health coach in every home. I've always believed that. I've always felt that way. And that is because health is not taught in schools, not real health, not true health, right? Of how to take care of yourself and your family. So we need to learn it on our own, then we need to pass it on. And so every single month, we have 100 new members only join us over at IHP, which stands for Integrative Health Practitioner. You can find the website at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. If you've been interested in learning more about your health, how to run your own at-home labs, and much more, I urge you just to check out the brochure, no obligations call. Again, we only have 100 people a month come in at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. Become a certified health coach for yourself, for your family. Learn how to heal yourself or someone in the family go on to heal others. It can be an amazing career for people as well, part-time or full-time. And then over at EquiLife, we formulated our brand new liquid melatonin. We've been using another company, which is still amazing, by the way, still amazing, for probably 10 years. Honestly, it's probably been at least 10 years. And we at EquiLife take a lot of care into who we promote and if we ever create another product. And the only reason, because we love that liquid melatonin, we thought it was an amazing product. The only reason we wanted to do it now is because it can be a cleaner product. And so if I have the ability, because EquiLife, a lot of people don't know this and it doesn't really matter. We don't have to get into the part of it. We invest every dollar back into the company, every single dollar. That means I don't take dollars out. Like, that's how it works. Every dollar goes back in. We're a research company. We're developing our own, we already have it developed, our own app to be able to bring at-home lab testing to the world. So it's what I love to do. It's what I want to try to put out into this world. And I feel it's a worthy cause. But when it comes to testing, we know it works because we test it and we can see what products works. And this product can be made cleaner. We can get rid of some of those gums that are in there and make it a cleaner product for children and adults. So that's what we did. And whenever possible, we try to give it away. So all this week, while supplies last, it may already be sold out. I can't say that it's not by the time it hits Friday, but this week only, save on a free bottle of melatonin. It's somewhere around a $26 or $29 product. It's an amazing product, like I said. And you can use whatever dose works for you to help you get a deeper sleep and a deeper REM sleep that you can track on any of your devices. So head on over to stevencabral.com/shop for your free bottle of liquid melatonin on all qualifying orders. And again, this is the only melatonin product that I know that does not cause morning grogginess, because you can dose it by a number of drops to whatever works for your body. All right, podcast recap for the week. Episode 2733 was how to get 37 times more and better results over the course of a year by doing this one thing. Definitely check out that show. It makes self-improvement and reaching your potential much easier. Less stress. 2734 was how to spot heat stroke symptoms, prevention, and much more. So basically, how do you watch for signs of heat exhaustion or heat stroke with so much high temperatures around the country? All right, what's worse? This is Wednesday's show. What's worse, marijuana or alcohol? And I share with you exactly a very large study on brain scans on hundreds of thousands of people. And what was worse? It was actually 64,000 people. So I just want to share the exact number. But from a clinic that I know well that has done hundreds of thousands of scans, just like we've done hundreds of thousands of at-home labs. They've done hundreds of thousands of brain imaging scans, probably the best in the world. All right, and then yesterday's show was, is this the real cause of aging? And it has to do with what's called, let's see if that's the correct one. No, that was a glyphosate case study. So I wanted to make sure, nope, I apologize. We'll take back one more. It was the 12-3 fast. Yes, that was the show that I popped in there. The My Top 50 show will be coming in the future. So the 12-3 fast, if you have not heard of that yet, definitely check that out for an intermittent fast. All of those are available at stevencabral.com/podcasts. All right, this week's product review of the week, and I'm going to grab it right here. It comes in this small yellow box from I'm going to cover mine up, a local pharmacy all around the United States, and I know they're working into other countries as well. And inside, I'm going to unbox it for you right now. So if you're watching this on video, we appreciate you. We thank you, especially if you're part of our growing YouTube channel. Any subscribes and likes, we would greatly appreciate that as we help to hopefully reach more and more people around the world. And you can also watch this directly at stevencabral.com. Inside of this yellow case here, you're going to see the new Libre 3 FreeStyle continuous glucose monitor. This is the smallest of its kind. It is about the size of my thumbnail. That's it. So it's about half the size almost of the previous FreeStyle continuous glucose monitor. This is a brand new company that just started about 7 months ago. I've been following their work. I tested them out after they had been out about 5 months because they're going to be moving to Practitioner only. However, myself being a doctor of naturopathy and practitioner, I can get you these continuous glucose monitors now at cost, which is absolutely game-changing for the industry. I got to learn from Boris, the head of this company, and he was really open and honest of how the whole kind of continuous glucose monitor scene works. And the amazing thing is there is now a one-time membership fee only. So that's it, one-time membership fee. And you get access to their app, which shows you what meals spike your glucose the most and how quickly you recover. And you get all of that inside of their app for the one-time membership. And then these continuous glucose monitors, if you've never heard about this before, I'm going to link up some previous shows, but they actually show you your blood sugar essentially every minute throughout the day and even overnight. So it lets you know how cardiovascular exercise affects you, how sauna, how coffee, right? How caffeine, how all these things affect you. And it lasts 2 weeks. So I put a little sticker over it, and I apologize, but I'll link that up in the show notes as well. I just get them on Amazon, and that lasts for about 2 weeks as well. And it's basically like a circular Band-Aid that you just put over it and get them in many different colors. And this stays on you for 2 weeks, and it monitors your blood sugar all night long. And yes, there's an airplane mode as well. Now, the remarkable thing is that this one, you don't need to tap with your phone. It goes right to your phone through Bluetooth. And again, you can turn off your Bluetooth anytime you want as well, and it will keep all the data stored overnight. So here's the great thing, and this is why I wanted to bring it to you. Just like we are hopefully disrupting the lab industry by bringing you at-home labs, and integrative health practitioners are as well, at the lowest possible cost, that's what they're doing for continuous glucose monitors. At the time of this recording, you pay a one-time membership fee and then you don't pay it again. And then you get continuous glucose monitors for $75. That's it. The lowest and cheapest continuous glucose monitor that you can get is $100 through all the other companies that I've recommended in the past. And those are still great. I'm not saying they're not, but most you have to pay a monthly fee or a quarterly fee. This, it's a one-time membership fee, and then anytime you want, meaning you don't have to use these all the time. Like I don't have one on right now, but I'm about to do another one, another 2 weeks to test other things that I want in my diet, etc. So you can choose these anytime you want throughout the year or keep them going. I tell people, typically you want to try it for 30 days right out of the gates. And the reason you do is that you get to try a lot of different things over 1 month to see how well you're doing. That's 2 CGMs. Well, the nice thing is all of your continuous glucose monitors, you can reorder anytime at $75. So I think that's remarkable because that's like basically cost for a continuous glucose monitor because I understand the model, I get it, and there's a cost to these devices. So what they're doing is they're really disrupting the industry. I think it's remarkable. Boris will actually be speaking, and you want to hear him speak on this at the Reimagining Health Summit this October. If you're not joining myself and the 16 expert speakers at this event, I can't recommend it enough. I'll be there. I'll be doing meet and greets. Just go to reimagininghealthevent.com. reimagininghealthevent.com, and we'll link that up today as well. Boris will be speaking there. No doubt about it. I'm sure they'll have a table as well talking about their new device. But I'll link up how you can get the $75 offer today at stephencabral.com/2737. All right, that's our product review of the week. Again, can't recommend enough. I use the device. It works flawlessly. Big fan. What can I say? All right, next up, we're going to go over it's a little bit different. It's not a book review. It's not a quick tip, and it's not exactly research. But I teach something called High Performance Health. You can find that at highperformancehealth.org. And what it is helping people learn really advanced methodologies for learning how to live to 100 healthily. Like we can all only do our best, right? But I teach you the top 10 mortality tests. I teach you how to essentially prevent or reverse Alzheimer's disease, all these things clinically proven. So inside of that, I teach these 10 mortality tests, and I teach people how to optimize their VO2, their max VO2, et cetera. And they said, well, what if you can't run? And I thought it was a really great question because not everybody can run to do the 15-minute test or the mile-and-a-half test. So what I found, and because this was not something that was readily available, is how to perform this on a bike. Now, I'm going to give you two options. One is that you don't need to know any of this, and you can literally just type in max VO2 test Boston, MA, like Boston, Massachusetts, like wherever you live, right? So let's say you live in, let's say you live in San Diego, California. You would just type in max VO2 test San Diego, CA, and you'd be able to find all these centers that will test you for about $100 to $150, and they will give you your exact max VO2. And one of the reasons why this is important is that by improving your max VO2 over 3 months, 6 months, a year, you can show a marked difference in energy, cardiovascular health, and longevity. So it's good to have a baseline. That's basically it. But I always try to save people money whenever possible because there's so many things to spend your money on, right? Saunas, continuous glucose monitors, water filters, organic food, etc., right? All these great things. So here's what I found. This is on Brian Mack's website out of the UK. I don't know Brian Mack, but I like the chart that he used, which is science-based, and I'm going to link that up for you. It's called the Evaluated A-Strand Rimming Nomogram. I had actually not seen this graph before, and I will link it up for you. It's probably not even how you pronounce it, but it's an easy way to be able to do this now on a bike on your own if you don't want to pay to have it done locally. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take you through it, and that's that. And so hopefully this answers the HPH question as well. This was figured out in 1954, and it came up with a simple solution that uses your pulse rate and work output in watts to generate your VO2 max. And this gives you then your fitness level. So here's how the process works. Use an exercise bike for 5 minutes just to warm up at 60 revolutions per minute. Now, again, even inexpensive exercise bikes will show you how many revolutions per minute that you're going at. So you just want to go at 60 revolutions per minute. It's like what, 1 revolution or so per second. So it's not very quick, all right? So you're doing a light warm up. And then you want to adjust the loading until your pulse gets to 130. So what does that mean? And I'm going to link all this up for you today, this website. So all it means is that you're going to increase the tension on the bike by pressing the increase tension button or cranking the knob if you have a exercise bike to get it to a point where you're pedaling and your heart rate, so you need a heart rate monitor or grips on the bike to test your heart rate. And you needed to get it to 130. Okay. So then you're going to cycle for 6 minutes at a heart rate of 130 beats per minute. Please do keep in mind, you do have to be at a certain level of fitness to do this, right? So if you're feeling weak and fatigued and all those things, not the best time to test your max VO2. Okay, so you're gonna cycle for 6 minutes, bicycle basically, get on your exercise bike, cycle after your warm up at 6 minutes for 100 and around, right? 128, 132, stay at about 130 beats per minute. And then note your pulse rate and workload in watts. Okay? So what is the watts that you are pedaling at? Stop cycling or carrying on or just finish your workout if you want after that. So here's how it works. You're basically going to look at your heart rates, and then you want to look at the watts that you were doing. So if your heart rate's a little higher at 134, like that's what you maintained, because you can do an average session. You can just say, okay, my average session for 6 minutes was 134. The chart goes all the way from a heart rate of 122 to 170. And then what you're going to do is draw a line, and I'll give you the graph for you, to whatever your watts output was. Now, the more watts, which is energy, you are able to output during that 6 minute cycle and maintain it, not go up and down, it has to be maintained, will share with you the degree and height, essentially, of your max VO2. And typically, the higher your max VO2, the better. Okay, so I will link that up for you here today. This now is it's not as easy as going for a run and being able to calculate it. I'll link up that podcast as well. But if all you have is the ability to use an exercise bike, and actually any exercise device that tracks watts output and your heart rate, you'll be able to measure your max VO2. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, all the research links, everything today will be at stephencabral.com/2737. As always, if it was helpful, do feel free to share it with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow with our Cabral House Calls. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.